What's going on? It's Bobby Skinner talking Giants, and the Giants win a thrilling 31-28 comeback versus the Arizona Cardinals. I really can't believe it. I mean, at halftime, you all felt like me. You felt like it was over. The season was over. We're going to have big-time decisions to be made. Well, guess what? The Giants were at a 60-0 deficit on the season at halftime. They scored 31 points on 5 drives to end the game. They scored at will to end the game. Now, the first half was disgustingly bad, and we have to clean that up, but the Giants just – they win. Okay, get a win. I don't care how bad the Cardinal is. I don't care how bad they were in the first half. I do. But right now I couldn't be more happy to get a win after, again, like being on the verge of 0-2 and having to make some big time decisions, and it would have been panic, and rightfully so. But they pull it out. And credit to this offense. The defense I still have a lot more issues with. But, you know, it obviously starts with Daniel Jones. I mean, the first half he was 11 of 18, 88 yards, less than 5 yards per attempt, 1 rushing yard. The 1 interception wasn't his fault, obviously, as Saquon Barkley popped up. But in the second half, 15 of 19, 233 yards, 12.2 yards per attempt. That means every time he threw it, he averaged 12 yards. 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and then 8 carries for 58 yards and a touchdown. So 3 touchdowns. And again, they had 5 drives. They scored on every single one of them for 31 points. You know, Saquon Barkley putting his big boy pants on. Obviously, the injury is concerning, but he had the rushing touchdown, the receiving touchdown, and then I thought the best play he had was that big play at the end to get them in field goal range. But it was, I mean, in the first half, it looked really, really bad from like every single aspect on the offense, at least the main ones, like coaching, Daniel Jones and Saquon. I mean, Saquon dropped the ball up to the interception. DJ missed Slayton on a deep pass, had a couple other, bad plays, wasn't able to make plays with his legs. And then even on the coaching staff, like the first drive of the game, it was 3rd and 2. And they don't hand it off to Saquon Barkley or even get into a running formation. And then they punt on that 4th and 2 at the Arizona's 47. And defensively, there's a lot of issues that we'll talk about. But Daniel Jones was able to get the most out of these guys. And, hey, the new additions did their part. Jalen Hyatt led this team in receiving today. He had 89 yards, only on 2 catches. I mean, the first play of the second half, I really think that changed the tone and changed the way the Cardinals played because they were sitting on everything. They were jumping on stuff. So first play in the second half, they saw something on film. You put Hyatt on the post. DJ gets that ball out there, 58 yards. And then all of a sudden, everything started opening up underneath. The play action, the RPO game. You know, Darren Waller was able to get a bunch of catches, even though he didn't have like he got a 25-yard play. He was their second team, player in receiving. Darius Slayton was able to create a couple big plays. I mean, Slayton could have had, another 90 yards if DJ doesn't miss him on that first one and the second one where it's, he catches it, but he's barely out of bounds, which I thought you only needed, like, if your leg was down, you were down. But anyways, they ended up scoring on both, or on the second drive, so it didn't matter. But hey, that Hyatt speed, it opens stuff up. And then guess what? Isaiah Hodgins, the route runner, gets the touchdown on the post route, that ended up tying the game. And then credit to them down the red zone. I mean, you had an Evan Neal penalty that took what would have been a Saquon Barkley touchdown off the board. And then they were able to bounce back from that. And then Evan Neal has the holding penalty on a Daniel Jones touchdown, puts them, first and goal at, I think it was like the 18 or 15 or whatever. They bounce back, and, DJ's able to find Saquon Barkley. He reaches out, get the pylon. I mean, just beautiful, like, offense. Again, it was perfection in the second half out of Daniel Jones and the Giants offense, able to get some good rushing stuff going too, even though they weren't running the ball a ton. Defensively, I think there's a lot of issues. They made some plays in the second half, but the first half really worried me. I mean, and the Cardinals scored on their first drive of the half, right? Like, Giants come out, score, and then you're thinking, like, oh, my God, the Cardinals go down the field. I mean, James Conner was running all over them. Micah McFadden was missing tackles consistently. And that was – someone asked me on the pregame live stream Q&A, like, hey, what is something where if the Cardinals win this battle, you're really disappointed in? I'm like, well, obviously besides the right side of the offensive line, which, by the way, credit to the offensive line. You had Josh Azudu at left tackle. Mark Lewinsky played left guard in the second half. Marcus McKeith, and I need to go watch those guys individually. But, hey, they gave them enough time to make plays, and they were able to run the ball halfway decent, too. Anyways, James Conner was able to run all over them. And Wink Martindale, I was shocked at the way they were playing defense in the first half. And even to start the second half, they were, especially on 3rd and longs, they were sitting in these zones. And just even first down, second down, they weren't throwing any Wink Martindale type blitzes at them, where you were letting Josh Dobbs stay on schedule and stay comfortable to where he had 228 yards. Like, I feel like you can't have that. And then obviously they were able to run the ball. Like, you can't let James Conner and this Arizona Cardinals team run all over you. You just can't let them do that. Also, I don't know how comfortable Adore is in the slot. They got killed on a bunch of rub routes. So there's a lot to clean up on both sides of the ball, but obviously defensively. Like, you can't let the Arizona Cardinals do that to you if you actually want to win some more games besides against an actively tanking team, the Arizona Cardinals. Like Leonard Williams, where are you? Didn't see you in the first game. Like, did he make a single play in this game? Did he even make a tackle? Kayvon, where are you? Dex made some plays, but like, you need more out of this group. Pinnock gave us a couple plays in coverage, but he also had 3 tackles for a loss and was like their only run defense was him flying off of the edge. Okereke, I thought, Okereke took a Pinnock interception off the board, which it may have not been an interception, but just like a really dumb pass interference, had a couple bad run plays. So a lot to clean up defensively. Saquon's injured, so there is worries going forward. But we couldn't have lived losing to the Arizona Cardinals and losing to them that way. So credit to Daniel Jones and this Giants offense for bringing them back, and the Giants defense making some plays, enough plays at the end to get them the ball back. Also, I'm about to go watch the press conference. Did Brian Dable take over play calls? I mean, he had the big play sheet. I don't know. Hopefully they ask him about that, even though he doesn't answer anything. So, hey, we're going to have a podcast out. We're going to do an offensive line review, a film review, everything. I'm very excited to talk about it, so make sure to subscribe to the channel, like, blah, blah, blah. And let's go Big Blue. We got to win. Let's start off 2023.